But inside, you're empty. It's not sadness exactly. It's not stress. It's this strange weight pressing on your chest, like something inside you is calling out. But you're too tired to answer. I used to think I just needed a break, a day off, a weekend. But what I really needed was a different kind of rest, not the kind that numbs, the kind that reconnects. And if any of this feels familiar, then maybe, just maybe, this is your wake-up call too. You're not alone in this. So before we go deeper, hit that like button if you've ever felt this way, and subscribe if you're ready to rebuild yourself. From the inside out, I truly believed I was doing everything right. I was showing up. I was consistent. I was responsible. I checked every box that society promised would lead to happiness. I went to school. I got the job. I stayed in the relationship. I paid the bills. I smiled on cue. And yet, somewhere in the middle of all that supposed to, I started to disappear. It wasn't loud. It was slow, quiet, invisible. I would wake up, scroll through my phone, go through the motions, tick off my to-do list. And at night, I'd lie awake with this heavy, aching sense of something off, but I can't explain what. You ever feel that way, like you're doing everything that's expected of you, and yet somehow life feels flat, not terrible, just wrong? And that's the thing. No one warns you that this feeling is common. In fact, we're taught it's normal. Welcome to adulthood, right? Smile, nod, pay your taxes, grind your way through the years and hope it magically feels better one day. But deep down, if you're honest, you know that's not it. That voice inside you that says, this isn't who I'm meant to be. I felt it too, and for a while I ignored it. I told myself I was just tired, that I needed a break, but the truth was harder to face. I wasn't tired from working too hard. I was tired because I'd spent years living a version of my life that wasn't aligned with my soul. I was burned out not from effort, but from emotional disconnection. And the worst part, I had gotten so good at performing that even I started to believe the mask. But inside, there was a part of me, small but persistent, that kept whispering, you don't have to keep living like this. That whisper, that was the beginning of everything changing. What about you? Can you still hear that whisper inside you, or have you silenced it for so long you've forgotten what it sounds like? Because here's the truth that no one tells us. Feeling stuck isn't a sign of failure. Feeling stuck is a sign you're ready to grow. It's the soul saying, I'm done with survival mode. I'm ready to feel alive again. I used to think I was just tired. I believed that if I could sleep in a little longer, take a few days off, go on a trip maybe, everything would reset. But it never did, because the problem wasn't just fatigue, it was something deeper. What I was actually feeling was disconnection, a quiet, subtle kind of burnout that doesn't come from working too hard, but from being too far removed from who I really am. And here's what I've come to understand through both experience and science. True rest isn't just about doing less, it's about reconnecting more. Most of us were never taught how to actually rest in a way that heals. We were taught how to stop working maybe, but not how to truly reset our nervous system, not how to process emotion, not how to sit with ourselves and feel safe in that stillness. So instead, we numb, we scroll, we binge. We distract ourselves into exhaustion, and we call it relaxing. But the human brain doesn't restore itself through distraction. It needs intentional downregulation. That means moments where we are not performing, not escaping, not avoiding, just being, fully present, fully safe. When you are constantly on, constantly stimulated, constantly plugged in, your body never gets the message that it's okay to let go. Your stress hormones stay elevated, your thoughts stay scattered, and your ability to feel joy, meaning, and clarity slowly slips away. That's what happened to me. I wasn't resting. I was escaping from my own emotions, my own questions, my own unmet needs. And eventually, I hit a point where even escape didn't work anymore. So I did the scariest thing I could think of. I stopped. I turned everything off. No phone, no music, no background noise, just silence. And in that silence, things surfaced. Grief I hadn't faced, anger I had buried, loneliness I had denied, but also hope and truth and clarity. Because when the noise fades, your real self finally gets a chance to speak. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you were truly still, not to check out, not to daydream, but to listen, really listen, to what your body and your heart have been trying to say? The answer you need isn't hiding somewhere out in the world. It's buried beneath the noise, and the only way to find it is to get quiet enough to hear it. When I realized that I wasn't actually resting, just running, I knew I had to make a change. But I also knew it couldn't be some massive lifestyle overhaul. I was already overwhelmed. What I needed was something simple, something small, something sustainable. So I started with 10 minutes. Each morning, before touching my phone, I would sit quietly. No music, no distractions. Just me and my breath. At first, it felt strange. My mind raced. I wanted to grab my phone. I wanted to fill the silence. But I stayed. And slowly, those 10 minutes started to feel like a safe place. A space where I could hear myself again. After a week, I added a journal. I didn't write full pages, just 3 things. What am I feeling right now? What is one thing my body needs? What is one thing I can let go of today? These small questions helped me check in with myself, not as a task, but as a reconnection. In the evening, I created a routine to signal my nervous system that it was time to unwind. No screens, warm tea, soft lighting. A single question: what did I do today that felt aligned with who I really am? That was it. No pressure to fix everything. No expectation to feel amazing overnight. Just gentle, intentional moments to pause and return to myself. And over time, those moments became a rhythm. That rhythm became a foundation. And from that foundation, I started to rebuild stronger, calmer, more present. So if you are tired, not just in your body, but in your soul, try this. Give yourself 10 minutes of quiet in the morning. Ask yourself 3 honest questions. And at night, reflect not on what you achieved, but on what felt real. You do not need to earn rest. You need to remember how to receive it. Let me say something most people never hear. You are allowed to rest before you break. You are allowed to step away before you fall apart. You don't have to earn recovery. You only have to allow it. For years, I thought I had to collapse in order to deserve stillness. I thought I had to prove how exhausted I was. I thought I had to hit the wall before anyone, including myself, would give me permission to slow down. But I was wrong, and if you believe that too, if you think you must be at your limit to justify pressing pause, then let me be the one to tell you, you don't. You do not need a breakdown to justify a breakthrough. The most powerful people I know are not the ones who grind the longest. They are the ones who know when to stop, who choose restoration before depletion, who listen to the subtle signs before they become screams. That's not weakness. That's wisdom, that's strength, that's leadership. You see, real growth doesn't always look like acceleration. Sometimes it looks like stillness, like space, like silence, like choosing yourself before the world demands it. The world will tell you to keep pushing. It will reward your hustle and glorify your exhaustion. But your soul is not impressed by how much you can endure. It is waiting for you to remember how to feel, how to breathe, how to return. So if you are hearing this and something inside you is nodding, whispering, "Yes, this is me," don't brush that off. That whisper is the beginning of your healing. Now here is what I want you to do. Before you scroll away, before you jump to the next video, take a deep breath, then ask yourself this one question, and ask it honestly. If I truly believed I was worthy of rest, healing, and wholeness, what would I give myself today? Maybe it's just 10 minutes of quiet. Maybe it's turning off your phone for an hour. Maybe it's canceling a meeting, taking a walk, or crying without needing to explain. Maybe it's saying no and letting that be enough. Whatever it is, honor it, even if it's uncomfortable, especially if it's uncomfortable, because rest is not selfish. It's sacred. It's not what weak people do. It's what conscious people choose. You're not lazy for being tired. You're tired because you've been running from your own truth for too long. Let today be the moment you stop, not to give up, but to come back, to rebuild from stillness, to restore the parts of you that never had space to breathe. And if this message reached you, if it touched something you've been trying to ignore, don't let it fade. Click like so you can come back to this when you forget. And subscribe, not because of an algorithm, but because you're choosing a different rhythm. A rhythm that doesn't burn you out, a rhythm that honors your truth, a rhythm that brings you home. This channel isn't about hacks or hustle, it's about wholeness, it's about depth. It's about the psychology of becoming fully, deeply, relentlessly yourself. So follow this space, not because you need more to do, but because you're finally ready to undo what's been weighing you down. You don't need to become anyone else. You just need to remember who you were. Before the world told you to be everything but you, welcome back.